Next question. Question number 86. Again a very beautiful question. Once again it is your examination original question with the change in numerical values. Listen carefully, sir. M square plus m equal to 5. M plus 3 whole cube plus 1 by m plus 3 whole cube. That is what they are asking you to find. That means a very straightforward approach for this question which I am solving in method 1 is m plus 3 whole cube plus 1 by m plus 3 whole cube should be of the form k cube minus 3k, and there is only one option which is of the form k cube minus 3k. Answer is 110. It is very simple by using method 1 because only one option is satisfying. But what if more than one option is satisfying? I always want you people to understand the different methodologies as well. Now see here, sir. Method 2. I can actually also solve method 3 also for this question, but method 3 I will teach you in my next question. Listen to this carefully with method 2. Very easy. In fact, this methodology we have implemented. Instead of cube in this question, when it was given as square in the question, we have used this method already. Once again I am teaching you. Now I want m plus 3. I also once again want m plus 3. That means that particular m plus 3, I will put it as some variable x. That means this m value will be equal to x minus 3. Put it in this equation given condition. M square x minus 3 whole square, x square plus 9 minus 6x plus m is nothing but x minus 3. Shift this right hand side 5 to the left hand side, it becomes minus 5. So this entire equation becomes x square minus 5x plus 1 equal to 0. From this it is very easily calculated as x plus 1 by x is equal to how much? It is 5. X plus 1 by x is 5. Now when I know x plus 1 by x value, question is m plus 3 is x cube plus 1 by x cube. It is very simple once again. X plus 1 by x is 5. X cube plus 1 by x cube is k cube minus 3k. It is 5 cube minus 3 into 5. 125 minus 15. Answer for this question is easily obtained as 110, which is nothing but option A. Either apply method 1 or method 2, but method 1 will not work out if there are more than one options which are of the form k cube minus 3k. That is the reason it is very much mandatory for you also to understand method 2. I hope 86th question is very clear. Next, see sir. Next 3 questions. Question number 87, question number 88, question number 89. They are very good questions. In your examination paper, these type of questions have come many a times. Many a time these type of questions have come in the examination. Now listen to this very carefully. Listen to this very carefully. Now question says p square minus 28p plus 131 equal to 0, and they are asking you to find p minus 22 whole cube plus 1 by p minus 22 whole cube. Now this what I will do is this p minus 22 whatever is given in the question, I will put it as some variable x. That means this x will be equal to, p will be x minus 20, x plus 22, correct, right? P will be equal to x plus 22. Now substitute in the given equation. P square x plus 22 whole square. X plus 22 whole square is nothing but x square plus 22 square is nothing but 484 plus 2 into x into 22, it is 44x minus 28 times of p is x plus 22 plus 131 equal to 0. Now if you observe carefully, the complexity increases right now. Yes, I know the value of 22 square, so I wrote it as 484, but probably not many students will not be knowing the value of 22 square, which actually you need to know. Now that is one complexity, for example. And the second thing is 28 into 22, slightly a bigger multiplication, and once you multiply also you should add 131. So that means this method what I applied, putting p value as x plus 22, this method I applied in my previous question number 86. I applied there as method 2, but Here the same method, the method which became very easy in my previous question, here it is slightly complex because the number is slightly a bigger number. So I will not switch on to the same method what I did in 86th question, which became very easy in that question because the numbers were very smaller. In this question also, if I implement, the complexity increases. So I will switch on to a different methodology. So I told you, right sir, in my 86th question I told I will apply method 3 as method 2 in my 87th question. That is what I am telling you right now. So this method, whatever I am teaching you right now, you can also implement for 86th question also. But 86th question, this method itself is very easy because the numbers were smaller. Why am I using another method in this question? Because the numbers are slightly bigger by nature. That's the only difference, right? Depending on the numbers given in the question, you should also know how to change or how to play the game in the examination. Very simple. Now see here. I will write the equation once again so that I need not keep on proceeding or going to my previous screen again and again. P square minus 28p plus 131 equal to 0. Let me write it. P square minus 28p. What is the P square minus 28p plus 131 equal to 0, and this is the given condition. What is the condition which is asked? P minus 22 whole cube plus 1 divided by P minus 22 whole cube. This is what they are asking you in the question. Now see here sir, very simple way of analysis once again. Now I know that because the question is having P minus 22 whole cube and 1 by P minus 22 whole cube, and I want to find the sum of it, I should somehow find a way to get this term called as P minus 22. I want this term called as P minus 22 in this equation. That means, can I write it like this? P square minus 22p minus 6p, that is nothing but minus 28p itself, plus 131. I will write it as it is with a little bit of adjustments, and I will write it as 0 on the right hand side. Don't worry, I will take care of this constant term called as 131 in the next 1 minute itself. If I take P common factor in this, this becomes P into P minus 22, and if I take minus 6 common factor in the next two terms, and just blindly I will write it as P minus 22 here. So now observe, minus 6 into P is minus 6P, that is what I have here also. Minus 6 into minus 22 is, it is 132, that is 132, but question says I want 131. So that extra minus 1 I will write. So adjustments are made as of now. No need to worry about that. So this minus 1 right now I will shift it to the right hand side. This is how I should think. Always the way you think, you will make the problem so simple. Now entire equation I will divide by P minus 22 on both left and right hand side. So this becomes P and this becomes minus 6, and right hand side becomes 1 divided by P minus 22. Now I am very happy that I got this term called as P minus 22, which I require, but you should be little more smart enough. I am not at all satisfied with only one of the P minus 22s. I want another P minus 22 also. I want another P minus 22 also. That means this P minus 6 also I will try to express it as P minus 22. That means I will just write it because I need it. I will write it because I need it. I wrote it as P minus 22, but I don't need 22. I don't need minus 22 according to the left hand side above equation. I need only minus 6. That means minus 22 should become minus 6. That means how much I should add it, sir? I should add 16, because minus 22 plus 16 itself is minus 6. I hope you are understanding. Right hand side same thing, I will write it once again. Now if you observe carefully, this P minus 22 I will write it exactly exactly the same way. And the right hand side, whatever I have it as 1 divided by p minus 22. I am sorry sir, the right hand side whatever I have it as 1 divided by p minus 22, I will shift it to the left hand side, it becomes minus 1 divided by p minus 22, right? And the left hand side plus 16, I will shift it to the right hand side, it becomes minus 16, right? It becomes minus 16. Now if you observe, this question has reduced to some beautiful extent, but here also I have a little problem. Why? Because this is, assume this as x, put p minus 22 as x right now if you are getting confused. This becomes x minus 1 by x is equal to minus 16. That means x minus 1 by x, I got the value as minus 16. So I can find x cube minus 1 by x cube. I can find this from this value if I want to. But the question is asking x cube plus 1 by x cube. So convert this minus to plus initially. That means x minus 1 by x, if it is minus 16, x plus 1 by x will be plus or minus square root of minus 16 whole square, that is nothing but 256, plus 4. X plus 1 by x is root of 260, right? It is root of 260. That means I know x plus 1 by x value as root 260 right now. They are asking you to find x cube plus 1 by x cube. It is not at all a difficult task. X cube plus 1 by x cube is equal to, this is once again nothing but k cube, that means root of 260 whole cube minus 3k, 3 into root of 260. If I simplify further, root of 260 whole square is nothing but 260, and another root 260 will be as it is, minus 3 times of root 260. So if I take root 260 common factor, 260 minus 3 is 257, and root 260 common, I will write it as it is. So final answer for this question is 257 times of root 260, which is nothing but option C, right? Which is nothing but option C. That means I taught you first methodology, but this method 1, whatever I have scratched in the screen, I have taught it as method 2 in my 86th question. You can refer it and solve it, but it will be slightly complex because 28 into 22 bigger number multiplication, slightly complex. So I told you another methodology, but you don't need to write everything whatever I have written on the screen and waste your time. You can simplify this equation to even more better formats, and so that you will not waste your time in your examination. This is your method 2. But if you are so superb confident about whatever I have taught you till now, if you are so super confident about it, I have already taught you one beautiful method in my previous classes, saying that if at all p minus 22, if p minus 22 plus 1 divided by p minus 22, it is something of the form root k. Why are you taking root k in the right hand side? Because answer options are all in the terms of root of something. If at all p minus 22 plus 1 divided by p minus 22 is root k, then if you are clear, or if you have understood earlier concepts, then p minus 22 whole cube plus 1 divided by p minus 22 whole cube is nothing but equal to this root k. I will write it as it is, and the other multiplying factor is, forget about the root, k whatever you have, subtract 3 from that. Very simple. If you have plus sign in between, if you have plus sign here, then it will be k minus 3. In between, if you have minus sign here, then this will be k plus 3. Simple way of solving. That means in general terms, if I want to say this, for this question I have told this, but generally if I want to say this, if x plus 1 by x is equal to root k, then x cube plus 1 by x cube will be of the form root k into k minus 3. If you know this corollary or the notation, it is very simple. Root of 260, the multiplying factor should be 3 less than 250. 259 is 1 less than 260, ruled out. 255 is 5 less than 260, ruled out. 251 is 9 less than 260, ruled out. 257 is 3 less than 250. That should be the correct answer. That means I told you that method 1 is a time consuming process because it will take bigger number multiplication, time consuming. I taught you another beautiful method. Yes, method 2 is a good method which needs to be implemented, but method 3, if you know the property, it is just a hardly 5-second questions if you can solve it or analyze it in 5 seconds. Method 3 is what I am very much interested in you people looking into in your examination hall. See here, this is 87th question. Let us directly immediately move on to the next 88th question. Now in this 88th question, the middle value is nothing but minus. First of all the answer options are in terms of square root of something. So middle value is in terms of minus. Because middle value is in terms of minus, answer will be of the form root k, and because middle value is in terms of minus, the multiplying factor will be k plus 3 in this case. So my method 1, whatever I am teaching you right now, I will directly look from the answer options point of view. 221 plus 3 is 224. I already got my answers. 229 plus 3 is 232, but here it is 224, ruled out. 227 plus 3 is 230, ruled out. 226 plus 3 is 229, but here it is given as 225, ruled out. My answer within a second I am getting as 224 into root 221. But having said that, what if there is another option which is satisfying? I don't want to take any chance if more than one option satisfies. Therefore I want you people to learn multiple methods, and you should be super confident in your examination hall, and you should say that, hey, give any question, I'll be able to solve it here. Now see method 2. This is exact method 2 what I have taught in my method 2 of the previous problem, but one more example for your practice. Question says 4m square minus 18m minus 35 equal to 0. 4m square minus 18m minus 35 equal to 0. What is that they are asking you to find? 2m plus 3 whole cube. Let me write it here. 2m plus 3 whole cube minus 1 divided by 2m plus 3 whole cube. That is what they are asking you to find. 2m plus 3 whole cube minus 1 divided by 2m plus 3 whole cube. So this value they are asking you to find. Now see here sir. Very simple way of solving. In fact, in my previous question only I have used this method. Once again I am teaching you the same method so that you should not feel that this question is a difficult question. Now see here. Just a minute, the video is stuck. Now one of the method of solving is put 2m plus 3 as some variable x. So 2m will be x minus 3, m will be x minus 3 whole power x minus 3 by 2, something like that you will get it. So substituting here and multiplying with some bigger values, 18, all those things will be a time consuming process. So method 1 of my previous question I just told you, which I will not be implementing once again. Now see here, I want this term called as 2m plus 3. I should somehow get the term called as 2m plus 3. So what I will do is 4m square plus 6m I will write, because 4m square plus 6m, if I take 2m common factor, I will be left with 2m plus 3 inside the bracket. And that is my whole point of solving this question. Now I got 6m here, but I should get minus 18m. That means the remaining term is minus 24m, because minus 24 plus 6 is only minus 18, and the other term is minus 35. That minus 35, that adjustment I will do it within a minute, nothing to worry. Now see here, in the first two terms I took 2m common factor and wrote 2m plus 3. In the next two terms also, what I will do is I will try to take this 35 is closer to 36. 36 and 24 are multiples of 12. So I will take minus 12 common factor and just write inside the bracket as 2m plus 3 without even thinking twice. Now analyze. Minus 12 into 2m is minus 24m. Beautiful. That is the thing what I have above also. Minus 12 into 3 is minus 36. I will write this minus 36, but I actually want minus 35. So add 1. Minus 36 plus 1 is minus 35. That means this plus 1, whatever I have it here, I will shift it to the right hand side. It becomes minus 1. I hope the idea is very, very clear. Now, same like my previous problem method 2 what I solved, the entire equation what I have right now, I will divide the entire equation by 2m plus 3. Left hand side becomes 2m minus 12, right hand side becomes minus 1 divided by 2m plus 3, minus 1 divided by 2m plus 3. Now I am very happy that I got 2m plus 3, but I want 2m plus 3 2 times. Here also I want, here also I want. So this left hand side 2m minus 12, that also express it as 2m plus 3 format. That means, I hope you are understanding. So I will write it as 2m plus 3, but I want minus 12. So remaining thing should be minus 15, right? Because 3 minus 15 is only minus 12. This entire thing write it on the right hand side as it is. That means, observe carefully, this term 2m plus 3 I will write it. Let me write it here, sir. This term 2m plus 3 I will write it as it is, and minus 1 divided by 2m plus 3 in the right hand side, shift it to the left hand side. Plus 1 divided by 2m plus 3 it will become, and minus 15 in the left hand side, shift it to the right hand side, it becomes plus 15. Now I got what I require. Now to avoid confusions, just to do one simple thing, 2m plus 3 put it as x. That means they are giving you x plus 1 by x value as 15, and they are asking you x cube minus 1 by x cube value. But if I want to get x cube minus 1 by x cube value, I should not have x plus 1 by x. I should have x minus 1 by x. So x plus 1 by x, if I know it as 15, x minus 1 by x will be square root of 15 square minus 4. 15 square minus 4 is 15, it is 221. That means x minus 1 by x is 221. If you are little smart, you will not even find the value of x cube minus 1 by x cube value. Where did I write it, sir? Everything whatever I have written is gone somewhere. Okay, anyway, I hope you can just rewind the video if you want to. I don't know where it went, really I don't know, but what I can only say is I knew the value of x plus 1 by x as 15, so I can easily find x minus 1 by x from this, which is the square root of 225 minus 4, which is 221 under the square root. So instead of, but question is asking you find out x cube minus 1 by x cube value, right? X cube minus 1 by x cube value. So there is only one option with the root of 221. You can mark it instead of finding the entire x cube minus 1 by x cube. But if you want to be very sure about your answer, if you really want to be very sure about your answer, so I really don't know where it is going off, sir. I seriously don't know where all these things are going off. If you want to be very sure about your answer, then just check it out. X minus 1 by x is nothing but square root of 221. So x cube minus 1 by x cube will be equal to root of 221 whole cube. Root of 221 whole cube plus 3 into root of 221. So this is 221 root of 221 plus 3 root of 221. Final answer is 224 into root of 221. I will not go to my previous screen because I somehow I don't know what is happening with this particular video. If I go to my previous screen, this will be eliminated right now. So I will not go to my previous screen. But anyway, the answer for this question is root of 221 into 224. But I already wrote the entire explanation in method 2. and right now it is not visible due to some technical issues, but I am sure that you can rewind your video and see whatever I have written, and then you can carry forward it here, sir, right? I am sorry for the technical issues, but I am sure that you understood the way of solving it. So this is your question numbers 87 and 88, whatever I have solved right now. I hope till this it is very, very clear for you people. See here, question number 89. Question number 89. Now, if you observe carefully, the question says p square plus root 3p minus 5 equal to 0. P minus root 3 whole cube plus 1 by p minus root 3 whole cube. This is what I want to find. Now, think logically, sir. Like the way I solved method 2 in my previous question, why did I apply this method? See, I was applying earlier something like put p minus root 3 as x, and then I was solving. But in one of the question, I think in 87th question in method 1, I told this method is a time consuming method for that particular question and also for 88th question, because the numbers given are little higher numbers. Multiplying bigger numbers is a time consuming process and other things. But in this question, the values are not at all higher numbers. The values are all smaller numbers. So this happens to be the best method. So one simple conclusion from this is, it is not mandatory to apply previous method what I solved, or it is not at all mandatory to apply this method what I am showing you right now in the screen. Depending on the numbers given in the question, you decide which method you want to apply. Simple way of analyzing. Now see here, if I put p minus root 3 as x, p will be x plus root 3. Now p square will be x plus root 3 whole square. It will be a square plus b square plus 2ab, x square plus root 3 square plus 2 into root 3 into x, 2 root 3 x. Next, plus root 3 into p, root 3 into x, it is root 3x, plus root 3 into root 3, it is 3. That minus 5 equal to 0, I will write it as it is. So it is x square plus 2 root 3x plus root 3x. It is 3 root 3x, and then 3 plus 3 6, 6 minus 5 1, plus 1 equal to 0. From here I can easily get x plus 1 by x value as minus 3 root 3. X plus 1 by x value is minus 3 root 3, and we know that p minus root 3 is nothing but x. So in the question they are asking you to find x cube plus 1 by x cube value. So whenever I know x plus 1 by x value as minus p root 3, x cube plus 1 by x cube will be minus 3 root 3 whole cube, minus 3 root 3 whole cube, minus 3 times of minus 3 root 3. If you simplify, you will get the answer. Minus power 3 is minus 3 cube is 27. Root 3 whole cube is 3 root 3, and then minus into minus is plus. 3 into 3 9, it is 9 root 3, minus 27 into 3 is minus 81 root 3 plus 9 root 3. Answer can be easily got as minus 72 root 3, which is option D. That means this method what I solved right now of converting p in terms of some other variable x, I told in 87th question not to use this method because that question has bigger numbers and multiplying with bigger numbers is time consuming. So I taught you another method for 87 and 88th question, but the method which was easy for us in 87th and 88th question, I will not use it in this 89th question because the numbers given in the equation are smaller. So depending on the question, depending on the numbers given in the question, it is purely your responsibility to decide which method you need to implement, and that will also come only by practicing many varieties of question. Trust me, sir, 89 questions I have solved in this till this point of a time. All the 89 questions should be a cakewalk for you if you have seen all the videos several times and if you have practiced all these questions several times. Trust me, with practice these are all dead easy. Without practice you are dead. As simple as that, right? I hope the first 89 questions are very clear for you people.